Alright, today we're going to be diagnosing and troubleshooting the white light of death correctly. And these are the steps that you need to take in order to fully understand if you have a white light of death or any other problem. Here we go. So this specific model came in with the white light of death, and after verification and 2 HDMI port replacements under the microscope, everything here is absolutely okay. We still have no pictures, so we're going to go ahead and turn it on. There are a few methods that you can do to test the white light of death with the hard drive and without the hard drive. We're going to do it with the hard drive first, so usually it will try to start from the hard drive if you did a hard shut off without waiting for the light to go down, or you're in standby and you remove the power cord. You usually will need to do a scan of your storage drive, and usually that's what happens. So right now we're not getting any picture, but yet we got a white light, so indicating that we might be in the BIOS. I don't think they use BIOS or UEFI or anything like that. It's just built in, something on a CMOS chip. Yeah, so now it's just loading on a white light, but absolutely no picture. Everything is connected perfectly. So this is one way to know that it's a white light of death. Simplest way. To really make sure that it's the white light of death, you can get an HDMI port replaced. And then there's another method that you can go ahead and do right now with the hard drive plugged in. We're just going to do a one click. Usually that means you're on the menu where it's asking you to cancel or press OK. And that's not showing anything on the screen at 480p. So we're just going to shut it down normally from there. Well, I was mistaken. It was actually loaded up all the way to the system. So you can find out by pressing once on your system. So this is the actual method. You press once on your system and you'll get to, you're in standby mode, which is the orange light. So if the white light goes to orange, that means you actually booted into the system correctly. So if you waited for it for about a minute for the storage to connect, usually here we do correct shutdowns. So usually we do boot up into the system. So that's one way. So basically, once you wait for the white light again to turn on, you're going to be back in the system. What you would want to do is press and hold the power button to get the system to correctly shut off. So now it's white light is just switched. Let's give it a few more seconds. You never know what's loading on the system. As you can't see the screen, sometimes things get sluggish. And so we're going to press and hold. That's the first beep that you're going to hear. And that's the second beep, and then you let go. And therefore now you're doing a safe shutdown. And then all you got to do is just wait for the white light to turn off. Now another method, while it's off, that you would want to try to check and to see if you have the white light and still nothing on the screen, is to actually press and hold. So let's wait for it. It should just completely shut off right now. What we want to do is press and hold. You hear the first beep. And then you hear a second beep, and that enables you to go into safe mode. And so if it loads into safe mode correctly without you getting anything on the screen here, also make sure you're in HDMI mode, of course, on your TV. So make sure you're on HDMI. Select input source. Just to, I only have one HDMI in this tester TV, so we're all good to go. The cable's been tested with a previous device as well, so make sure your cable is good. And yeah, these are a few troubleshooting tips with the hard drive in your PlayStation. I mean, at this point though, you're 100% sure. You don't really need to do it without the hard drive. But if you think that there's something wrong with your hard drive, remove your hard drive and try to go into safe mode by being completely powered off and then turning on the system by holding and pressing, waiting for the first beep, the second beep, and then letting go. All right, we'll let you know the results.